it's me again. I'm still up. It's 5:16 a.m. Oh, just trying to edit and get these pre-records clips for people because there's a lot of people that, a lot of my viewers that don't like lives, so I try to do these for them. So they miss a lot of good information because we go over a lot of good information on the lives. Okay, so this one's going to be Hannah. Allegedly, I guess these are messages to Hannah, excuse me, to Hannah from Wade. Okay, so I fell asleep before I finished this one. I actually found 2 more audios now of Hannah. So there's the 3 that I played on the live, and then there's 2 more, and then there's 2 more that I just found today, actually. So I'll play the 3 that I played on my live first, and then I'll play the 2 new ones after that. All right, let me know what you guys think. Oh, and Emma. Look who's on the last 2. Emma. Is it the same Emma that you guys were talking about in the live last night? The one that went off on Steve? All right, here you go.
About pictures, or was he chilled about pictures?
He did ask for pictures, and then when he got them, he was like obviously very sweet, very charming, and complimentary about the pictures. And then he was asking for more pictures in that way of not just normal pictures, but I was like, they won't go through, and I didn't want to send pictures like that. I don't even think they'd go through. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, did he ask you for money? No, he honestly never ever asked me for money at all. If he did, I'd never have sent it, but he actually never asked me for anything in any type of way.
Is he aware that he has fans? Of course, there has been, he knows by the amount of people that are just trying to reach out to him, you know?
Yeah, he definitely knows. When I look back and I think of the one phone call that we had, the first phone call after his trial, so the first one after he's recommended the penalty, I was talking about his lawyer that was falling asleep, and he was like, people have contacted me telling me about how he was falling asleep and how he's such a joke. And then he was like, and I've been told I've gone global. Obviously, that was the other conversation that made me stop contact. But he knew what was going on the outside. He knew what was being posted on TikTok. He literally knows everything.
Yeah, and I can imagine that there's people who talk to him and they really kind of really feed his ego a lot, because there was one point in the conversation that I heard where he kept repeating things that people he had spoken to had said to him, and he was like, oh yeah, they're calling me like Manson, the lit sexy Manson, and you know, just things like that, and it just obviously feeding his ego so much, and obviously he's thriving off it. He loves it.
Yeah, he referred to me that he was a joker. This was when I was over in the States. And I remember I had one conversation with him on the phone, and he was like, you know the Joker? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, every time you see the Joker, think of me, because that's me. I was like, okay. How old am I? I'm 32. Someone just asked how old I am. How did he react to ending contact? He didn't really get a way to react because I didn't do any... I literally just went on the smart. People that are contacting him that aren't even using TikTok, that haven't seen what's posted about him, and women coming forward saying everything and posting everything about him. So there is going to be women that are in contact with him that have no clue about what's being posted and probably have kept secret that they're talking to him, and are completely unaware that he is saying the same things to everyone and who else he's talking to. Because I have to admit, he does come up. If I hadn't have seen the proof of that he's talking to other people, he does really go on about it. One of his words are, they aren't posting me because they aren't talking to me, and you have nothing to worry about. He even said, I'm a faithful guy. Huh. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Faithful to his bullshit.
Okay, so here's the 2 clips that I just found today about the ones I was telling you about him sleeping with his counselor or whatever. Pretty interesting.
See,
I thought that was like part of his counsel, the lady that's there with him.
Oh, is that the counselor he supposedly boinked?
No. That's part of his counsel, his legal counsel.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
Yeah.
oh my God.
counselor is like in the
That's
jail.
nutty. That is nutty.
Yeah.
That's
He,
fucking nutty.
I believe that is a story that Hannah will have to tell you, which she can if she wants to, but that's what the counselor thing is. Their comment came from.
So basically, the counsellor comment is when he was put on to watch after the trial, it's a normal thing after the trial to be kept on for 24 hours, but he wasn't kept on 24 hours, he was kept on longer. There was his counsellor and what I think was a CO, and Wade had a dispute with the CO, and the counsellor had then recommended that Wade was to be kept on watch until he goes to prison, not because he's suicidal, but because he's impulsive. And Wade said to me that he had, you know, him and this counsellor had a thing, and that she found out during the trial that there was other women that he had been messaging. So in spite, she had kept him on watch and recommended that he was on watch because she was the head of it all, of mental health, that made the decisions. And that's when he was wanting me to make complaints to so-and-so, and I had to contact his lawyer, Kevin, and reach out to whoever he said on the message. And that was because of this counsellor. Whether it's true or not, because what Wade has said is so many lies, I don't know. But that was his words to me.
Yeah, pretty. The counselor story, he supposedly boinked that person.
Yeah, he told me that. That
Hannah,
came from me.
He said that?
Yeah, so what happened after the trial, he was put on watch because he said that's what normally happens after the trial once he was given the recommended penalty. And he's supposed to normally stay on it for 24 hours, and then he was kept on it for longer. And he had said that it was because at first he was assessed by the counsellor, and I take it was a CO, and he had a bit of a disagreement with the guy. And he said this, his counsellor is who's like the head of the mental health, who gives all of, like, she will do the recommendation for him to stay on watch. And when he's on watch, obviously he loses a lot of his privileges. He can't message on a tablet. He'll have to have a phone brought through to him for him to talk. He's not allowed to have any of his, like, his food or whatever. He has to just eat like the normal gel food, and not his actual words were, "I can't eat my cookies." So but he said that the problem was, it was the counsellor being spiteful because him and her had a thing, and that she had put it on him, and then she had found out during the trial about all the other women that he had messaged. He said, I don't know if you heard about it on the trial, but it came up on the trial that I had messaged different women. And I said, yeah, I did see that bit. And he said the counsellor then got really annoyed by it, and to spite him, she had then recommended him to stay on watch, and he was kept on watch. That's where one of my screenshots on the messages where he gives me his social number and he's telling me to make a complaint. That is what it's to do with, if that makes sense.
You see, he was actually quite trusting with you. I think
Definitely.
You know, for him to even give you that responsibility, give you that knowledge, shows that you actually built a really decent kind of trust with this person. You can say whatever you want. People can say whatever they want, that but for him to actually do that, I think that shows a completely different dynamic of.
Okay, so now I'm going to read you the messages that Wade writes to Hannah while he's in jail. So remember, these are all from him, from Wade to Hannah. So this is on June 15th, 2024. So this would be 3 days after his verdict of guilty was read. June 12th is when he was found guilty. So just kind of put a perspective on when this was. So he says, on the 20th is when I will be able to update the visit list. I'm going to need your date of birth and your full address, whichever address that is on your ID, as when you log in to visit with me, you will have to show ID and have it match. You know, the very reason to me mentioning that song is because, in a way, I was entirely saying to you that is what I want between you and me. I would want a relationship for us. How would you think about that, baby? Only if you want the very same with me, then know that I want for you to be my woman already, right now. Yeah? Okay, message me tomorrow. I'll be looking for it. This is June 16th, the next day, 8:25 p.m. He says, "Yes, doing very well. Have been thinking about you, of course. So good to know that you arrived safely in the States. How was everything? Your kids on the plane, LOL? You like my tattoo idea for you, did you?" This is June 21st, 1:51 p.m. He says, "I am your American husband, by the way, love." God. Also, I need my full name, Wade Stephen Wilson, on you now. So basically telling her to get a tattoo. Freaking, that's probably what he did to Breezy too. He probably does this to all his women. He tries to make them get a tattoo on them to like prove their love, or and these women want to please him, so they freaking go out and get tattoos. This is crazy. Now we're on June 22nd, 8:56 p.m. He says, "Hannah Rose Wilson, your last is going to be having made for a change in soon due time. I am serious about you, and you were made for me, made to be mine. What are you doing at the moment?" And then June 23rd at 7:04 a.m. "It feels like that to me. It's my whole life's purpose to go on making your heart happy every single day. Let me do that for my lifetime for you, and my heart smiles back." Oh my God, this is so pathetic that these women are falling for this crap. I am so glad these calls are coming out and they're seeing how he's full of crap and he talks this way to every woman. None of you guys are special to him because he doesn't know how to love. So he's just telling you what he thinks you all want to hear, and you guys are all sucking it up like freaking, oh. But I'm glad a lot of people are seeing it and they're realizing, some people just, they fall for it. They're more easily manipulated. It doesn't make them horrible people. It's just life. Some people from their past experiences and who they are more vulnerable to it, right? But dang it, I'm so glad they see now what a pathetic freaking, oh. But not all of them are there. Some of them are still falling for his crap. I don't understand. But a lot of people are waking up to his crap because the more calls come out, the more they see how he's full of crap and what type of human he is. So I think eventually it's going to dwindle down, where he's not going to have that many supporters. Okay, this is June 25th at 6:04 a.m. He says, "I feel the same, you know that? I'm about to leave for court. I love you. Sorry everything's moving fast right now. When I'm back, I will call you." This is June 29th, 12:46 p.m. He says, "I'm still on watch. The guy's name is Atwell Bell from Jacksonville. He is the region director for Armor Healthcare. You can go online to the Florida Justice Initiative and the Consumer Services of Health Department to file an unethical complaint against him. You might need my social number. This situation is so effed. I love you, baby." This is June 29th. He says, "Babe, I'm not talking to other women. That's why they aren't posting nothing. You have nothing to worry about. I'm getting ads, but it don't matter to me. I've had some ransoms send me some money, but I don't got them added. But guess what? Guess who wants to do my interview now? You know that country singer Jelly Roll? His wife Bunny XO is posting in her social about wanting to cover me." Yeah, I'm glad everybody sees what a liar you are, Wade, and that you are talking to other women like that. This is June 29th, 7:47 p.m., so the same day. He says, "Don't tempt me with what you know I want to. So I go to prison and say 50 days, and that's when we can. I don't know if you have to come in person for us to do it or what, but either way, right, baby? And why have you been in the hospital with Jax? What is up?" Alrighty, guys, that's all I have for you on this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.